Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson is an MMA legend, and he's been competing in Jiu-Jitsu as a brown belt with great success. At the most recent Pan Championship, Demetrious competed in the Absolute division against Michael Medina, a 6'3", 250-pound monster. Demetrious only weighs 155 pounds. There was nearly a 100-pound weight difference, but Demetrious still got the win. Let's look at where Demetrious went right, where he went wrong, where Michael went right, and where he went wrong. But first, a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Elements. Would you like to spend more time on the mats, but often find yourself unable to due to fatigue? The thing is, fatigue often happens because of the loss of electrolytes through sweat, especially sodium. And this is a bad thing not just because of your training, but also because science shows that electrolytes play a vital role in your cardiovascular health, which is exactly why it's important to adequately replace them, and I do that by drinking Elements. It's a tasty electrolyte drink mix with a science-backed ratio of sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Elements' goal is to provide healthful science-infused hydration for everyone, such as Navy SEALs and Jiu-Jitsu practitioners, but also everyday exercise enthusiasts on their path to health and wellness. So if you want to be both healthier and train better, then Element is the right drink mix for you. Right now, they're offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a salty friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/JordanTeaches. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinkelementt.com/JordanTeaches. The match starts off with a lot of grip fighting. Demetrious needs to be careful when entering to take grips on Michael. Careful to not give up good grips to Michael as he enters for his own grips. Demetrious changes his level without committing to a shot, likely just to gauge Michael's reaction time to lower body takedowns. He's looking to get a read on Michael. Michael takes a grip on Demetrious's lapel, and you can see Demetrious right away go on the defense. Using the grip that he has on Michael's lapel, he frames to keep him away. Demetrious attempts an outside foot trip, but didn't get quite enough Kazushi to off-balance Michael. He wasn't able to direct Michael's weight over Michael's right foot. Even though unsuccessful, it still provides insight into Michael's reaction and timing. Demetrious is again on the defense, backing away to stay safe, as going forward will put him at risk of a takedown. The easiest time to hit a takedown is when your opponent is driving forward. Demetrious tries a fake guard pull to a single, but isn't able to pick up Michael's leg. See how when Demetrious fakes the guard pull, he used the foot opposite of the leg that he was looking to attack. I much prefer using the same side foot as the leg of which I'm looking to attack, as it enables you to drop lower to that side, so you're low enough to reach the leg. Michael starts swinging Demetrious around, but Demetrious does a great job staying on his feet. I've been swung around too like that in the Absolute division, but I wasn't as fortunate to stay on my feet, but I did get the back and got the win. Eventually, Demetrious hits this beautiful single leg. He first tries to run the pipe, but then switches to a knee tap. Watch how he set this up. Michael was coming forward and commits both his grips to attempt to break Demetrious's collar grip. His right arm is no longer available defensively to defend his legs. Demetrious shoots for his leg, dropping to both of his knees and changes his angle. As Michael is defending, he overcommits his foot to staying balanced going backwards, but now he's at risk of going forward. Look how his body and weight are protruding outside the line of the foot. This was the perfect time to switch to a knee tap. As they fall, Michael tries to use the momentum against Demetrious, but Demetrious posts out with both hands to stay on top. He did a much better job than I did when I rolled with this Olympic judoka. You always have to be careful with big guys, because they can sweep or reverse you from positions that normally you're safe in. Now Demetrious is exactly where he wants to be, on top. But he has to be very careful to stay on top. One thing that Michael could do better is better prioritize not allowing his hips to face away from Demetrious. To get his guard back, he needs to bring his legs back in front of Demetrious, and that's not going to happen with his hips pointing away from Demetrious. Additionally, staying in this position with his hips facing away puts him at risk of his back being taken, because it creates back exposure. The way he's reaching over Demetrious's arm, it's only really going to provide him with the option of muscling Demetrious over for a reversal. Whereas he could work to position his arm underneath Demetrious's arm for an underhook and a more technical way of escaping. Demetrious keeps working to turn Michael onto his side to create enough back exposure to take his back, but Michael does the right thing by turning his hips to better face Demetrious. But Demetrious switches to knee on belly and finds his opportunity to step over to mount. Immediately, Michael attempts to push Demetrious off by framing on his armpit. It would be quite difficult to stay in mount with that frame in place, so rather than fight to stay in mount, Demetrious abandons position to stay safe. As Demetrious turns his back to Michael, he is at some risk, and right away turns back towards Michael and secures the front headlock. Demetrious has two main options here: attack the neck or take the back, and he chooses to take the back. As Demetrious transitions his grips, this will be a great time for Michael to improve position. With any transition of grips, you momentarily lose some control. Michael should have timed this to escape. He could try to use a sit out to try to put Demetrious in his guard. Michael has his left arm protecting his neck in case Demetrious tries to secure the collar, but Michael is doing nothing to prevent Demetrious from getting his hooks. He should have prioritized a tight turtle and close off potential space for hooks to come in. Demetrious gets his hooks in but takes them out, likely to be cautious about potentially overcommitting his weight. He tries to break down Michael's base by dragging him down to the side, but is unsuccessful. The grips that Demetrious has are a bit more cautious of grips than the regular seatbelt grip, as he's not committing his weight fully to Michael and provide him a bit more mobility, which he uses. As Michael tries to sit through to his guard, Demetrious makes sure to stay in front of Michael's legs, and he stays out of his guard as a result. Again, Michael reaches over the shoulder, rather than working towards an underhook or using that arm to frame. And this time he utilized that grip for its intended purpose, to reverse Demetrious by pulling him over his body. Michael has Demetrious in turtle, and one thing he could do better to better utilize his weight advantage is get his knees off the mat. With his knees on the mat, his weight is on his knees, rather than Demetrious, which enables Demetrious to posture up. He again briefly takes the front headlock before switching to the back, and what he does is a thing of beauty. Demetrious secures the collar and does a front roll into a bow and arrow choke. Alright, thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or a fist bump, and I'll see you guys next time.